children. In this video, we will be continuing with the chapter, the Gupta Empire. So as you already know that in the last video, we have already studied about Chandragupta I, and he was the first independent and most important ruler among the Gupta empires. So now we will be studying about the second ruler who was very important, and his name is Samudra Gupta. As we have already read earlier that he is also known as the Indian Napoleon. Why he is known as an Indian Napoleon? Because of his conquest. Okay, he fought many wars and he had victory in this wars, and that is the reason he is known as the Indian Napoleon. And children, as you know that after having victory over many wars, he performed the Ashwamedha Yajna. Okay, and after that he also assumed the title of Maharaja Di Raj. Okay, so in this we'll be studying about his ruling period, etc. So let us start on with Samudragupta and underline the date. His ruling period CE, Common Era. The full form of CE is Common Era, and his ruling period dates back to 335 to 380 CE. Okay, so underline the date, the event you will write, the ruling period of Samudra Gupta. So as you know that Samudra Gupta, he was the son of Chandragupta I. And after the ruling period of Chandragupta I, Samudra Gupta, he became the ruler of the Gupta Empire. And most of the information which we have regarding Samudragupta is from the Allahabad pillar inscription, which was written by his court poet Hari Sena. So most of the information we receive about Samudragupta comes from the Allahabad pillar inscription, which was written by his court poet Hari Sena. Now let us have some of the informations about Samudra Gupta. As I had already told you that Samudra Gupta, just like Chandragupta I, he was also a very great conqueror. Okay, or we can say he was an efficient conqueror. Why he was efficient? Because he had victory in a series of wars which were fought in North and South India. Now children, he defeated 9 rulers in northern India, and he defeated about 12 rulers in eastern Deccan and southern India. Okay, that is the reason he is considered to be a great conqueror. Now children, he was intelligent also. What are the reasons? Why do we say that he was an intelligent ruler? The reason is that he had the victory over many areas in southern India also, in eastern, in Deccan, etc. But he did not annex all these areas into his kingdom. Okay, why he did not mix all these areas into his kingdom? Because he knew that it was not easy to control South India from his capital, because it was very far away. In those days we did not have the convents and all. It was not as developed as it is now. So it was not easy to control the areas far away from a ruler's kingdom. So he also knew that he could not control South India from his capital. So what did he do? He defeated the rulers and he used to take the tributes from them. What are the tributes? They are the payment of goods. It can be in the form of money also, by one ruler to the other, especially in order to remain protected. Okay, so he received many tributes also. He received the tributes from the rulers whom he defeated in South India, but he did not annex their areas into his empire because it was not easy to control the far off areas from his capital. So what did he do? He used to take the tributes from such rulers whom he used to defeat, and as a result, he had he made a large or he made large stores of treasure. Treasure means the valuable things like money, jewelries, and then gold, silver, etc. So, in this way, by receiving the tributes from the southern ruler, he was able to collect large stores of treasure. Okay, then now you see Samudragupta's empire, it was mainly limited to North India. Okay, then apart from being a successful conqueror or a ruler, other than this, he also patronized or encouraged scholars and literary figures, or the person who used to write the written work and all literature, etc., the persons associated with literature. So he also encouraged the scholars or the studied persons who were highly educated, and he also used to encourage the literary figures. Apart from that, he was also a very good musician. He was an expert, or he was very efficient in playing veena. Okay, it is a musical instrument. Okay, other than this, although he was a follower of Hinduism, or he believed in Hindu religion, but he was tolerant towards other religions. Now, about him, we can have the maximum information, as I have already told you, from the Allahabad Pillar inscription, which was written by his court poet Hari.